Hello kids, good morning all. I am your computer teacher Arpita Nemani. We are already done with 2 chapters of your computer. Now, today we will move to the 3rd chapter of your textbook. So, let's get started. The chapter of the name is Operating System. What is operating system? An operating system is a software that helps the computer hardware to work along with other computer software. It helps a user to work with the computer. A computer is useless without an operating system. So, what did we understood? We understood that an operating system is also a type of software that helps the computer hardware. Okay. Now, what is software? Software is a collection of computer programs that perform some task on a computer system. Okay. Now we all know that computer works in 3 steps. Input done by keyboard, process done by CPU, and output done by monitor. Different kinds of software take inputs from the user, pass them on to the CPU for processing, and then help to display the result or output on monitor. An operating system helps to make this exchange of input and output between the software and the CPU possible. Means operating system makes the input and output possible. Now we will study types of operating system. There are 2 types of operating system: single user operating system and multi-user operating system. Let's study both of them in detail. At first, single user operating system. Now, as the name suggests, it allows only single user to work on it at a time. Okay? Only one person, a single user, can work on it at a time. Examples of single user operating system are MS-DOS, that is Microsoft Disk Operating System, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Mac OS, that is Macintosh Operating System. These all are the examples of single user operating system. Okay, they are usually meant for home use only. Now, the other one is multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system allows many people to use the same computer at the same or different times. The main computer is attached to many other computers. Means many people can do work from the same computer. Okay. Examples of multi-user operating system are Linux, Unix, Windows NT, Windows 2000, etc. These operating systems are used in offices and big organizations like hospitals and railway stations. In hospitals and railway stations, They use multi-user operating system, and using a single system, many people works together. Okay? Now next is Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows is one of the most popular operating system. When we switch on the computer, the Windows operating system gets loaded onto the computer memory automatically. And while loading, the picture of the Windows flag appears on the screen. As you see here, children, the first black image is the picture of the Windows flag. When we switch on the computer, the first picture we see is like this. This is called starting Windows picture. What it is called? Starting Windows. A few seconds later, a welcome message appears. The image shown here, the second image, is the welcome message. Okay? Next is desktop and icons. Now what is desktop and icons? A few seconds after the Windows welcome message appears, like we studied before, we will see a screen on the monitor with many small pictures on it. The image that is shown here is the image of an desktop. This screen is called the desktop. And the small pictures, here different pictures are seen now. These are called icons. We can change the background of our desktop with our own choice. Okay? Now, next is icons on the desktop. The icons on the desktop represent a file, a folder, or a program or a software. Means, if we have stored any information or any other documents on our computer, it can be stored in this icons form. We can open this folders or icons by double clicking them. Means we have to double click on the mouse button and these icons will get opened. Okay? Now children, we will study what are files. Files. Any piece of information stored in the computer is in the form of a file. Okay? A file contains data, programs, etc. A file in Windows is similar to a file used by you to store test papers, your certificates, and many other things. There are different types of files like sound files, movie files, and document files. Like we can record any sound, it can be any movie or any other documents or papers. Depending on the type of file, each file is known by an icon. Each file is given a name that is useful to identify the file. Okay? Each file is given different name and this is known as file name. We can save it by the name of our choice. Okay? Folders. Folder is used to store a group of files. The icon for the folder is shown in the image below, which also looks like a folder used for keeping papers. A folder can also contain other folders in it. Okay? Children, next we will study about taskbar. Now what is taskbar? Taskbar is a long horizontal bar at the bottom of the screen. The first screen that we see now, at the bottom of the screen there is a taskbar. It contains buttons with icons which represent the programs that are open in the system. The programs that we are already working with. The programs that we have recently opened. For example, if the Adobe Photoshop and Microsoft Word programs are open, then the taskbar would appear as shown here. Okay? Friends, do you all know that we can also change the position of the taskbar? In the last slide, we have already seen that the taskbar is located at the bottom of the screen. But we can also change its position. In this, we will study how to change the position of the taskbar and take it to the right side of the screen. For this, we have to follow these steps. At first, we have to move the mouse pointer to any empty space on the taskbar. On the taskbar where the icons are not seen, you have to take your mouse pointer to that space. Then click and hold the mouse button. In step 3, drag the mouse pointer to the right of the computer screen and then release the mouse button. By following these steps, the taskbar is shifted to the right side. Children, if the taskbar is not moving, it may be locked. To unlock the taskbar, follow the steps. First, right-click an empty space on the taskbar. A shortcut menu appears. Okay. Then click the lock the taskbar check mark so that it disappears. It will show that the taskbar is locked. We have to first unlock it. Okay. Now we will study start button. Start button is present at the left corner of the taskbar. See the image below. The leftmost icon of circle is the start button. It is used to start any program. Clicking the start button displays a menu called the start menu. It will show start menu. The start menu is divided into two parts, the left part and the right part. The left part is called the left pane and the right pane. The left pane is the white portion. White portion in the image which is shown is the left pane, and the right pane is the one on which the upper side orange icon is shown. Okay? Now we will study the two panes of the start menu. At first we will study the left pane of the start menu. The left pane of the start menu shows a list of recently opened programs. That means it will show the programs that we have recently opened. Some of the programs have a arrow symbol. Moving the mouse pointer to any of these symbols displays the recently opened files in that program. Okay. It will open the recently opened files in that program. Clicking all programs displays a complete list of programs in alphabetical order. Means in alphabetical order A, B, C, it will show all programs. When we click on accessories, it has an option of accessories. A list of programs appears. click any program to open it. Okay. To get back to the program you saw when you first opened the start menu, click back near the bottom of the menu. See, this is the start menu. The arrow which is shown with all programs is the arrow when we want to go to back the program which we already opened last. We have to go to back. Okay, this is the left pane of the start menu. At the bottom of the left pane is the search box. See, it is written search programs and files, which allows you to search for programs and files on your computer. Okay, it may happen that you have given any file name or any folder name to any of your documents. You can type the file name here in search programs and your file will get opened. Okay. Now next we will study about the right pane of the start menu. The right pane provides access to commonly used folders, files, settings and features. The files and folders which are most commonly used. Okay. This is also the place from where you can turn off your computer. See, in the image it is written shut down at the bottom side. Right side, shut down. So from here you can also turn off your computer. Okay. Now children, as we are done with the chapter, let's do your textbook exercise. So all of you please open page number 34 in your textbook. Question 1. Fill in the blanks. A. When you switch on the computer, the dash gets loaded into the computer memory automatically. The operating system gets loaded. Okay. B. The screen that appears after loading the Windows operating system is called dash. The first screen that is seen, desktop. It is called desktop. C. You can open any program on the desktop by dash the left mouse button. By double clicking the left mouse button. Double clicking. D. The long horizontal bar at the bottom of the screen is called dash. It is called taskbar. E. The dash button is present at the left corner of the taskbar. The start button. The start button is present at the left corner of the taskbar. Question 2. Write true or false. A. Unix is a multi-user operating system. Yes, true. Unix is an example of multi-user operating system. B. A folder can only contain files. No, false. A folder can contain any documents, sound, video, many things. C. You cannot move the taskbar. False. We already studied that we can move the taskbar. Okay. D. The start menu is divided into two panes. True. The left pane and the right pane. E. Click all programs to get the complete list of programs. Yes, true. Let's move to question number 3. Write one word for the following. A. A software that helps the user to work with the computer. What is that software called? Operating system. B. Small pictures on the desktop. That small pictures are called icons. C. A place to store any piece of information on the computer. File. D. A bar that can be moved to any one of the four sides of the screen. Taskbar. E. A menu that can help you open any program on your computer. A start menu. Okay? Now let's move to page number 35. Question number 5. Choose the correct option. A. The program that gets loaded when you switch on the computer. What is that program called? Operating system. B. What refers to the collection of programs that perform some task on a computer system? Collection of programs is software. C. It is a horizontal bar and usually present at the bottom of the screen. What is that horizontal bar called? Taskbar. D. It is present at the left corner of the taskbar and can help you to start any program. Which is that button? Start button. E. The number of panes in the start menu are 2, left pane and right pane. Okay? Thank you.